Okay, here I am. I got it all figured out. It's been a while, but we're back. Well, I'm back today. We'll talk about that after. But anyways, today we are discussing ways that you can add more crafting time into your life. So grab a beverage and let's talk fiber. Woo, woo. Hold on. All right, here we are. Yes, as you can see, it's only me today. Lea and I have been having some issues, so life's been a little crazy. June for Sweet Yarns is a super busy month. We did, we do Sockapalooza all month long. And so we're nearing the end of that. We're in our last week, I think now. Let me check. They have until, today's the 24th. Okay, so my sock knitters have until Sunday night at midnight to get their last pair of socks finished and posted in the Sweet Yarnies group to count for entries in our Sockapalooza. Sockapalooza, if you haven't heard, is just a fun competition where we see how many pairs of socks we can knit in a month. So people have been doing great. Some have knit quite a few pairs. I am hoping to finish a pair of worsted weight ones, which don't really count anyways because I'm the hosting it, but it's all good. It's fun. And then what else has happened in June? So we had Knit in Public Day, which was a couple of Saturdays ago now, and we had a great turnout at the store. Quite a few people were in. And then it is Sweet Yarns anniversary this Saturday coming up. Sweet Yarns is turning 14, so we're planning a fun party at the store. I'm going to bring in some treats and trying to think, what else did I plan? We're working on the anniversary gift, so that was a pre-order. It's almost finished up, and then they're a lot of work to put together sometimes. And then yeah, we have the anniversary party. Actually, they just arrived in the mail today. I'm so excited. I got some more point protectors. Do you want a sneak peek? I went for a beverage theme this time. Sorry, they're not even out of the bag yet. I have to package them all. Oh, now I'm going to make a mess. Awesome. Because you have to see all of them, right? If you're going to see one, you might as well see them all. Okay, so I went with a beverage theme for something different. So we have beer mugs. Can you see that? Oh, it's going to focus on me instead of, whoop, let's see if we can get it in. Come on. Oh, no. Okay, but anyways, oh, yeah, there. A beer mug. So cute. Tropical drinks. Ooh, focus, focus, focus. There we go. Almost. There. And coffee cups. Okay, let's see if it'll focus on the coffee cup. Come on, get the cup. Oh, it's so hard to do things backwards on here. There we go. So we have those. Those are going to be new point protectors at the store for Saturday, kicking off our celebration of Sweet Yarns turning 14. That's a big milestone, I think. I have owned the store longer than the previous owner did. Well, for a few years now. She had it for 5, and I've had it for the rest. It is a fun place to work. It's so nice having people come in and sharing what they're working on and having me help them pick colors and whatever else, like picking patterns, giving my suggestions, giving them some help if they need it, because I do that quite often too. Yeah, and sometimes I just knit and crochet vicariously through my customers. Because like you, I don't have enough crafting time. Now I do have suggestions for you today, so that'll be helpful. And maybe you can take some of my tips and tricks and add some more crafting time into your life. And hopefully you'll have some suggestions for me too, because I can always use them. But what else have we been working on? So our designer, no, I'm the dyer. I'm the designer. Our dyer, Lea-Ann, has decided to update her company name. So she's not going to be the bariatric knitter anymore. It's Izzy Pop Fiber and Co. I think that's what she changed it to. So many words. I was planning that she would do this, talk about this, and I would not, but she isn't here today. She was unable to join us at the last minute. There's been some stuff come up at her house, and that happens sometimes. So at least I am here. Yes, Izzy Pop Fiber and Co. So, it's gonna blow out completely. Whoop, let's see. There's a cute little, no, I can't get it. It's blowing out. So sorry. So you don't have to change. If you were following her on social media, you don't need to change anything. But it is now Izzy Pop Fiber and Co. So if you're looking to add Lea-Ann, I guess I will have to update. Oh, I better write that down. Update our link tree to include her new stuff, because she changed it. Link tree to include Izzy Pop. So if you are looking for Lea-Ann, I can't find her on social media. For Instagram, it's IZZIE Pop, P-O-P, F-I-B-R-E-C-O. Izzy Pop Fiber Co. Is the handle, with an @ sign in front, of course. I believe if you just look that up on Facebook too, you'll find her that way. But yeah, She shares pictures of the doggies. This is Izzy. She's Auntie's little cutie. It's not working out. All blown out in the back. So she shares pictures of the puppies sometimes, as well as fun yarn pics and stuff like that. I recently shared one of Scamp. She's a hard worker when she's at the store. Whoa, where's the... Why? If you find Sweet Yarn Store on Instagram, you'll see my darling Scamp, my puppy, hanging out, laying half on the bed, half on her bed, half on the floor, trying to get comfortable. So funny. Well, she's supposed to be helping mom at work, but oh well. Okay, so here, let's do a quick not what's new. I just showed you what's new. What are we working on? Okay, I'll show you my whip that I've been working on. I believe I showed you guys this back in, when was that? Or did we do, no, it must have been end of May. End of May, we did a Fiberside chat. Yes, and so I've been working on the Battenberg blanket, which is a crochet design, free pattern on Ravelry. Super cute, easy to do. So I decided I was just going to make squares, colored squares out of scraps. The pattern is written for fingering weight, but I'm doing DK weight. And I have been crocheting up a storm since you guys saw this last. Okay, let me get the stuff out of the basket. I did this the other night. I've smartened up so I don't have to keep counting from 0 all the time, because there are a lot of squares in here. Eventually there's going to be even more. Oh, and I lost one. Hold on. Whoop. There we go. Okay, so I started doing piles of 10 and then put them in the bag. So I've got 40 in here. So I don't have to start counting from 0. So all I'm doing is, I'm using vintage DK scraps that I've had from store samples and my own projects. And I'm putting them into these cute little 3x3 inch squares. Ooh, that one's too dark. Let's try a different one. There. They're solid granny squares. And they're 3 inches by 3 inches. And I'm just having fun playing with making them. So that was 40. So 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Woo! 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66. Woohoo! I think I'm averaging about 2 a night. It's my last project of the day. So after I take Scamp out before bed, then I come in and get my pajamas on and we sit on the couch and I do a square or 2. So I'm at 66. That's pretty good. And all it takes is about 3 grams of yarn to make a square. I asked another customer, she's doing the Cozy Memory blanket. It's a knitted one out of fingering weight, and it's doing little squares. And I think she said hers are 2 inches and uses about 3 grams as well. So you need about 3 grams for a square doing either size, apparently. So I'm up to 66 squares. Awesome. I will link those in the description box after. The Battenberg blanket and Coziest Memories blanket. So whether you knit or crochet, there's lots of fun things to do with scrap yarns. And don't be afraid to try different things. So yeah, the Battenberg blanket pattern calls for fingering weight, and I think it's I think it's a 3mm hook. Let's see. It's on the pattern. Oops. Nope. Yeah, 3mm hook. I'm using DK weight, so I went up to a 4mm hook. I had a customer start one on Saturday. She's using worsted weight Anthem and a 5mm hook. And that makes a nice size square too. You definitely can make the squares bigger and just keep going if you wanted, but I like the 3x3. Super easy. Okay, next week already. Next week is our Sister Shawl Mystery Knit Along. It is starting next Monday, July the 1st. And you are more than welcome to join in, whether you purchase the sister skeins or not. So what we had done, unfortunately, I don't have a picture of it. Leanne and I worked on a yarn combination. Oh, actually, I have one right here. Hold on, let me grab it. Woo! It's such a pain wearing these headphones. Okay, so Leanne had this vision of doing gradient skeins that were dyed together. So she knit them up and then dyed them in a gradient. And then I took them apart and she reblocked the skeins. And we are starting our knit along, which is a shawl design. I will tell you it's done tip to tip. So it starts at one end with a few stitches, gets wider, and then decreases towards the other end. So you're never knitting that many stitches, which is actually kind of nice. Sometimes I feel like the regular shawls that are, you start off with a few stitches and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then by the time you are done, you have like 400 stitches to bind off or something. Well, you're going to start with a few and you'll end with a few. So that's really nice. So what you'll need if you're joining in the Sister Shawl Mystery Knit Along is a 4mm needle, 400 meters or 437-ish yards of a fingering weight yarn. Somebody asked me, because we do have a Facebook group. We have a Ravelry thread set up for this in our Ravelry group. Somebody asked, what kind of yarn should we use? Like, does it need to be a solid color or what? So I said a solid color would definitely be nice. However, a tonal is great if you don't have a gradient. Something speckled is fine as well. You can even go, what did they ask? I said long self-striping would be okay, but I wouldn't do a multicolored one just because it's knit end to end, and with the stitch patterning that we're doing in them, it's hard to it'll be hard to see the stitch pattern if it's too busy of a yarn. So those are my recommendations. Something, tonal, lightly speckled, or a long color change would be good. At least that's what I think. Okay, so let's get into today's topic then, because I'm quick making notes while I talk, because I have to do all the talking and all the notes. So join us next Monday. Oh, I should have said that too. This is our first mystery knit along, so there's lots of learning curve on my end, at least I feel like. So what's going to happen is you can go in and purchase the pattern right now. It's called the Sister Shawl. I just added it on Saturday morning, so it's relatively new. So you can go in and the details for the yarn and stuff is there. And then Monday mornings in July, I'll send an update to Ravelry, and you'll be able to download the PDF, the new PDF that will give you the section of the mystery shawl pattern that you're supposed to knit that week. So every Monday morning, somewhere between 9 and 10 is my plan. But I was trying to think, we don't have any appointments in July. No, because I'm off on Monday. I always schedule the kids' doctor's appointments and stuff on those days. So no, that should work out fine. So sometime between 9 and 10 on Monday mornings in July, there'll be an update. So you'll download your update and then you have all week to knit that section. We will do a quick chat about it on our live streams, of course. And then, should be able to answer any questions. If you do have any questions, for sure, head over to our Ravelry group and post in the thread. I try and post or go in and check at least once a day. So that's for our Sister Shawl Mystery Knit Along that starts next Monday. For those of you who pre-ordered some of our Sister Skein yarn, it will be ready probably tomorrow. I have 4 more skeins to wind. Yes, so I'm winding them tomorrow, and then everybody should get notified that stuff's ready. So we'll see you soon to pick those up. Okay, so let's get into it. Now I think I've covered all the things. Sheesh. Okay. How to add more crafting into your life? That is always a good question. Do you struggle with adding more crafting time into your life? I always feel like there's so many things I want to make and not enough time to make them. But today we have some solutions, or hopefully some solutions, ideas to get your ball rolling on how to add in more crafting time. So first of all, are you a early bird or a night owl? Now I'm asking you this because different people will have different times in their day where they could be fitting in some more crafting time. So for example, I'm definitely a night owl. I much prefer to stay up late. I don't want to get up early. If I can sleep in, that is always a bonus. So nighttime is perfect for me to add in some extra crafting. Now, I may be a little tired, so I suggest probably easier projects that late in the day, but definitely like staying up late and enjoying the peace and quiet of the house and just crafting away while I'm staying up late. For those of you that are early birds, I know I have a few friends who get up early and enjoy some knitting or crocheting first thing in the morning with their coffee and maybe their breakfast, and just enjoy the peace of the morning because their people are sleeping in. I guess they're not all night owls. Oh. Families can be night owls and you can be the early bird, and then you have all of this beautiful peace and quiet to work away on whatever you want. I will say though, so when it comes to that kind of a thing, where do you knit late at night or early morning? If you are having trouble seeing projects or you tend to be too tired in the evening, I recommend doing those more challenging things first thing in the morning or early in the day when there's sunlight, especially knitting with dark yarn. Oy. Sometimes I've been crocheting those mini grannies and I'm like, oh, I should not be doing this color right now. It's too late in the day for this. Okay, my next suggestion is to actually add crafting time into your schedule. Now, this can come in many different forms. Like, yes, you might start saying, okay, I definitely want to start knitting while I drink my coffee in the morning. Or I want to I want to take a break in the afternoon and do some crocheting, or any other craft too. I mean, these tips can apply to any kind of crafting. But I know of a few people who run their own businesses, and when you're working on your own like that and booking appointments and stuff like that, one friend especially, she admits that she overbooks herself and doesn't schedule time in to do some of the things. So before your month starts to fill up or your week, schedule in crafting time, whether that be going for coffee with a friend and bringing your knitting along, joining in a knit night at the store, or a local yarn store where you are. That's always, it's always fun to get together with other crafters. So I highly recommend doing that. Don't be afraid to jump in, even if you're a newer crafter, because they're always happy to see new people. Yeah, so one of my customers, who's also a friend at the store, she schedules in, blocks off, especially for the summer, every Wednesday night, and tries to leave them just for in-store knit night. So that way she's making her crafting a priority. You know, her knitting, her spinning. I don't think she crochets. No. So stuff like that. Where else can you schedule it in? Maybe you need to have it as your coffee break during the day. You're just going to sit and knit for 10 minutes. Especially at the store in the summer, it can be a little quiet. And so sometimes I actually do take my lunch from my desk and grab some knitting and go sit in the back and knit for 10 or 15 minutes just to give myself a break from doing computer work and stuff like that. Okay, my next tip is carry your knitting / crocheting insurance. What the heck does that mean? Okay, let me tell you what happened. I did this to myself. So, there have been a couple of times now I have got stuck in the vehicle without anything to work on, at least anything that was easy enough to work on. Coming home from work one day, me and Scamp are in the truck and we got stuck at a railway crossing. Oh my goodness. So, of course, you would think, well, I should just pull out my knitting. Could not do that because all the knitting I had, I needed to follow the pattern and be marking stuff down. Yeah, I had no simple knitting. That was a terrible, terrible thing to do. I seriously had wished I had brought it with me. Something easy. Then another day, I was like, okay, seriously. The grocery store is around the corner from my house, both of them. And so I just grab my purse and the grocery bags and off I go to the grocery store. Well, I accidentally, well, I wouldn't say accidentally. The car was acting up, pulled over, and I was broken down for a little bit. Of course, no knitting with me. So I mentioned this on a Thursday night, virtual knit night at Sweet Yarns. And I was saying from now on, I don't even care going to the grocery store. I'm still carrying it with me. Something, anything to work on. So my Musselburgh hat project is now my knitting insurance project. And I carry it with me everywhere. Even if I am just going to the grocery store, it now comes with me. Because I am not wasting any more time ever again. That's it. So then, yeah, one of the customers who was on the live said knitting insurance. And so it stuck. You'll see more of that from me if you follow me on Facebook for sure. Hi, Kelly. Welcome, welcome. Kelly made it. I'm here by myself today. Yeah, so knitting or crocheting insurance would be something that you carry with you wherever you go. And if you get stuck waiting 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, at least you have something you can work on. I highly recommend something easy. I'm sure you've heard of purse socks. A lot of people like to do that so that they're knitting the easy part of the sock, like the foot or the leg, while they're waiting around somewhere. Your sweater could be a knitting insurance project. If you are done the yoke area and you're just working on the body and it's straight knitting around, that'd be something super easy to throw in and take with you wherever you go. Mittens would be another thing. Maybe a hat. I'm using the Musselburgh hat. If you haven't heard of that one before, I don't think I have it in here, but I think I might have the pattern still. Yes. Okay, so this is the Musselburgh hat. And it's done in a long pill shape. Let's see if I can find the graphic. Oh, it's right here at the end. So it's done as a long pill shape. So you cast on and do increases, and then it's plain stockinette for a long time. And then you do your decreases and finish it off. So this is another great thing to just throw in and take with you everywhere. It's definitely like a one skein wonder idea. I'm doing one with fingering weight, and I haven't reached the end of that one yet. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Even something simple that, like easy ribbing or something that you can just kind of do and you don't want something you have to really track anything too severely. You don't need to pull out a pattern and start following it. If you can do it nice and easy, that's always a good thing to carry around with you. Okay, the next one is going to be a bit of an adjustment maybe, but my suggestion is to try different forms of entertainment. So I definitely am a reader. I love to read. But because I own a yarn shop and I have so much knitting to do for samples, and now with the virtual knit nights and stuff, having to have something to show every week, I can't really just sit and read. I need to sit or crochet. So I do, there on the right, a lot of TV and movies. I watch tons of TV and movies. Well, watching would be more like listening to. I listen to TV and movies um, because I am busy knitting. But there are some other suggestions there too. So why not try out watching YouTube videos like ours, the Designer and the Dyer, or other ones too. It doesn't even have to be crafting related. Just, have those on and do some crafting. If you love to read, why not try doing an audiobook instead? That way you can knit or crochet and work on your pattern and get through a book at the same time. I actually do that for driving now. I get tired of listening to the radio or CDs, like music CDs. So I tend to borrow stuff from the library and listen to audiobooks. They even have ones that you can download right onto your phone or device and play through your sound system in your vehicle. Another fun thing to do is podcasts. You can get those on things like iTunes and listen to podcasts as well. So those are some tips for different forms of entertainment. Why not? I get a lot of knitting done in front of the TV, but if I had more time in my day, I would do audiobooks and other podcasts as well. I tend to listen to podcasts while I'm at work. I usually play them on YouTube and just have them running in the background while I'm doing work. And then if I hear something that I want to pay attention to, then I can rewind and watch it on the actual screen rather than just having it running in the background and kind of hearing it. Okay, this was a fun one actually sent in by Kelly. Kelly and I were chatting the other day and she said, add projects to different rooms in your house. She has projects all over the place. So, something in her comfy chair in the living room. She likes to watch YouTube videos and podcasts lying in bed. So she has a project there and she can work on that. I was thinking, hey, why not add it to, if you're going to do a soak in the tub, why not add a knitting project or a crochet project in there? Kelly and I have both knitted or crocheted while waiting for something to boil on the stove. Go sit out on your front porch and enjoy some sunshine and some crafting. There's lots of places where you could sit and work on something. And you can even leave them there and then they're just there when you go to sit in that area of your home. Another fun idea is, and I haven't tried it in a while, but adding crafting to your exercise. Someone who actually does a lot of this is Andrea Mowry. If you follow her on YouTube and on social media, you'll often find Andrea Mowry, who's a knitwear designer, showing videos of her walking and knitting or out on a walk. And, she's got some project on the go, some design. One time when my son was little, he had a field trip to the local park and the kids were playing there. So I brought my knitting with me. I think I was actually working on a pair of socks that time. And so I just walked around and knitted socks and, he wanted to play in the splash pad area. So he was playing over there. So I sat in the shade and knitted there. And then it's like, hey, Mom, we're going over to the climbing gym thing. And so, okay. So I got up and walked over there and kept on knitting. And it's nice to add that in. Why not? If you have any suggestions for places or other ways to add in crafting to your life, please comment on the video after and let us know. We'd be happy to share those suggestions as well. We're always looking for more ways to add in crafting time. Lea-Ann's suggestion was set your alarm for 3:30 in the morning and get crafting. Yeah, this this should be Lea-Ann on the left and me on the right, because I would much rather stay up late working on something than to get up in the middle of the night, in my opinion, to start working on something. But Lea-Ann says quite a few times she slept for a while and then got up super early. Not necessarily 3:30, but whenever she happens to wake up and get some crafting done in the middle of the night, why not? I think it would be funny to do that. I don't think I'd want to stay up all night. Well, I think I'd rather stay up all night than get up early. Okay, let me see. Was there anything else I thought? Checking my list. No, I guess that's it. Those are our suggestions for adding more crafting time into your life. All right, so I am going to head off then, I guess. That'll be it for today. It's much shorter when Lea-Ann's not here to chit-chat back and forth with me. So I will say thank you for joining me today. We had a great time chatting with you that were here live. And for those watching us later, we hope you enjoyed it too. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and make sure the bell is turned on so you get a notification when we go live again or post a video. Make sure to follow us on social media and Ravelry as well by clicking the link in the description box below. And don't forget, next week, Monday, starts our Sister Shawl Make-Along. Mystery Knit Along. That's it. I was doing, we've done so many make-alongs at the store lately. I messed that up. It should be Mystery Knit Along. I designed a knit pattern this time. Yeah, so join in the fun. We start Monday, July the 1st. It's Canada Day, and that's how we're celebrating. All right. Have a good one and have a fiber-filled day. Bye.